A year and 2 months in the making. 160 or 70 some odd episodes?
Yeah.
And alas, we're finally here. We're finally here. We made it to the beach, Pyra! We've done it! It took us a long time to get these outfits and, you know, to get this far, but we made it. It doesn't matter if the world is falling apart because, as you can see by the surrounding areas, it does not look like it one little bit. Thanks, Melos, for sparing Fonsa, I suppose. And everyone is happy and on their obligatory leave. Although, to be fair, Morag does have to have her hat and Zeke has to have her Faz's tie for some reason. All looking for the ladies. But either way, hey everyone, in all seriousness, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles, and welcome to the finale of not just New Game Plus, but the finale of our Xenoblade Chronicles 2 series. Barring a review that's coming in a little bit, but here we are. We've gone through our final thoughts, we've gone through our first impressions and our blind playthrough. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows, and we've seen everywhere in between. And now, we're finally here. There is one more part in which we have not had our second look and our final thoughts on. And that is at the finale of the game. And luckily this time round, we're not going to get to the final area of the game and then realize, oh my god, we're missing like nearly half for the blaze. Let's go back and look through everywhere. But it's not the case though. And unfortunately, as much as Pyra has longed for the beach, we have bigger things to take down. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll go up to space, and we'll see you there. You have to get changed. Unfortunately, we had to get changed. You know, you can't save the world while... I think we're gonna go the wrong way. Good start. Hi, Klaus. Bye, Klaus. Are you going to save the world? Nah. I'm going back to the beach. I think the door you're looking for is right over there, yeah. It's weird how they put a door right next to another door. kind of awkward, but regardless, we're fully dressed now. No beach wear, no messing around, because it'd be really awkward if Rex were to storm into Malos's base, I guess, and say, "Hey, Malos, I'm not pissed to try and destroy all rest, but you're ruining my beach time." And as we have a heart, as we saw with a heart-to-heart, because mostly ignoring the giant murderous robot, as most people do. Weird how that was a slight oversight, but regardless now, we get here and we are in what I consider to be a pretty cool, I guess final area before the game sort of ends, I suppose. We're in now for the Artifice hangar, or Colossus hangar. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But I just feel like with the music that plays with the fight, it definitely gets across the last gasp effort, I guess. I don't know what it is, it sort of gets across many emotions in one. For one thing, the pounding drum and with the sort of synthesized orchestra, it definitely gets across that you are in space. You have the brief stint that you heard right there. It gives a feeling of a last gasp effort and a kind of major rush. We're going for a major space station. I don't know. It gets you. It gets your heart thumping and, oh no, sort of represents the gravitas of the situation without being, you know, in your face. For me, it's one of the best examples of this soundtrack. It gets across its point and is also a great thing to listen to in the meantime. And to be fair, a lot of songs get that point across very well. As mentioned before, I think Argentum does a good job of it. Press One as well, and even though it's a vocal track, I feel like Drifting Soul or cross conveys emotion as well.
Yeah.
And as mentioned last episode, the song that plays during the first trip to Elysium is also great as well. Unfortunately, this song replaces it, which in honesty isn't bad, but I just don't think it's as gripping as when you get to Elysium.
But I do like this song. It's exciting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It definitely builds tension. That for sure. And now that all done, here we are, the point of no return, which I'm sure Rex is gonna convey to us in a very subtle way. If you open this door, there will be no turning back. Falling in the battle will result restarting from the tile screen. This, I think, is a jerkish thing, because I don't understand why it says you shall be booted to the title screen. It's like, why can't you just say, I don't know, restart the cutscene?
Yeah, I was worried when we first came through. It's like, oh my god, we have to start all the way over again.
I know, it sort of is confusing, but I can also see why they did it. It's just so it doesn't take like the gravitas of the cutscene away. Although to be fair, if you die on it like three or four times, I can definitely see the cutscene becoming grating and also losing its really quickly. So be prepared, I guess, and this also helps to have at least one gunblade in your party. Doesn't matter which one, but it's something we learned and we're lucky to have during our first blind playthrough. And again, just having a closer look, I love the design of this room.
Final act, boy. I've saved you the best seats in the house.
Oh, come on.
Just like Akos for a moment there.
Akos is dead, you bastard. So is Petroka. And Jen.
Figured as much.
Is that all?
And I don't know what it is about this particular cutscene or this particular moment when it comes to. It's saying that Malos doesn't care about them, even though in prior cutscenes it shows that he does in a little bit. So it kind of sends a mixed message. But again, no, it's what Rex gives.
I don't
And
understand
an explanation for, I suppose.
You must understand by now that none of this is your own will. You have to see all of this came from a Malthus.
Even if that's true, so what? And don't give me some weak-ass crap about how I should repent or whatever.
No,
Why don't you want to hear the
no,
truth?
I haven't, because that's why I didn't ask Jin to repent.
I don't give a rat's ass what you think, brat!
And again, definitely does convey the fact that the voice actors only saw the script and not the animation, because with the way Mouse was kindly or politely saying that with the mouth movements, the delivery was anything but.
Yeah.
Just the calm demeanor is lost. And how many times do you think you're gonna see that cutscene?
A wretched tale, isn't it? This whole world is a wretched place.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. It looks like he's screaming that, but his voice isn't.
Yeah, again, it is complicated because you have to write the lines for Japanese artists, or Japanese actors, but at the same time, though, they planned they planned a worldwide release at the same time. But I guess Japanese actors have a easy time because they live there, I suppose.
I wonder if we should have done New Game Plus with the Japanese actors.
Possibly.
We might have gotten the raw form of it all.
I mean, because we could even slice it into the review we do, so it's not too bad.
This man, does he mean to?
And even though this is an epic scene, I do like Mouse's delivery, unlike seeing his allies, I suppose, because from that cutscene, I'm seeing like Amalthus is gone, and so he really does. He doesn't really have any role to fill anymore, except Amalthus is, you know, Pinford, which is no longer there.
Show me why you're here in this world.
It also is nice because now that he had, I guess, a team of his own in form of New Torna, I guess he got bonds with them.
The face on that thing kind of reminds me of Amalthus's.
True. I mean, I'm not quite sure if Amalthus was the intrinsic inspiration, but still though, I do like this concept of what Ion is like. A form of, you know, the traditional good versus evil, as you topple the massive thing and launch? How do you launch that thing? I am really glad how they didn't make it spin, because that would just take the epicness of this part just out the window.
Yeah.
Oh no, continuing on to my point though, Ion design is a mix of light and dark and good and evil and whatnot, and it's a subtle thing, but I like where Malice is in that robot, and he's right in the middle. I wouldn't call it a subtext, but a bit of subtlety there. And this is where Zeke can come in handy, because he can just simply shoot him from afar with Cosmos. And unfortunately, the only thing that we can possibly do at this point is heal with Nia, but as you can see, we're not taking any damage, and Zeke's just taking pot shots. Zeke is a badass with a gun. Look at me go. And with that, I guess Malice got a little bit pissed.
How dare you shoot a gun at me?
Indeed. That's my job! I'm the only one who's meant to shoot projectiles. Oh yes, and Tora's here too. Unfortunately, yeah. I feel like it is kind of weird. Because with Rex, you have a sort of speedy tank. With Zeke, you have an electric attacker. And Tor and Morag are kind of locked into fight, I suppose. And of course, you can have Nia be a healer. So Tor and Morag are kind of stuck between tank forms.
Well, I mean, you can always adjust Poppy's roles and Poppy swap.
I guess so.
But we never really meddled in with that.
Exactly, because I don't know about you, but I'll say this right now: Tiger is not very user-friendly. But regardless, though, I'm not looking at that now. This scene, much like a lot of scenes in this game, it's definitely epic.
When Drifting Soul started playing in the first go round, I thought someone was gonna die during this scene.
Yeah, I mean,
'cause that's what happened last time. Vandom died. And
looking from this though, yeah, you can definitely see it could be a possibility. I like how the king is waving his arms, and that's the most he does through the entire game. I waved hello and goodbye. but it is nice to see the kingdoms fighting. Although to be fair, I don't think five men with no weapons are going to do anything. But you know, it's a thought that counts.
That's the reason we've come all this way.
And this cutscene, I feel like is reminiscent to Shulk and Ego, but,
Yeah.
But just on steroids. It's like with, just a more anime robots.
Who do you think you're doing this for?
The conduit, because it's right there on your chest.
I'm doing it for myself. If it helps put smiles on people's faces. helps
Rex,
them live their lives
Rex, to be
together,
honest,
then that's
having that
what I'm
face
doing.
and saying, I'll put smiles on people's faces, doesn't quite work. It's not as charming as what you would like it to feel.
Place, you know. Jin never wanted to die. He just wanted to connect with you. He did it because you showed him a path.
And how many people died because of it? You'd forgive him just like that?
Forgiving isn't that easy, but that's just...
I don't know what it is, but I feel like this is a scene in which Malice's voice actor really shines through, despite the cheesiness and despite the lip syncing.
Think like that.
You can definitely see the desperation in the tone, or hear it.
Especially with Rex.
Yeah, and this scene I really love because it's nothing epic, but it definitely is fan servicey, and I feel like it works.
Fell a god, and then seize our destiny.
Hurry. The time is nigh.
And a subtle thing about that scene that I really can appreciate is that they could have definitely just took Adam Holden's lines from the original and just reused them, but everything that Adam Holden, whether it's Shulk or anyone else, he redoes those lines, and I feel like, you know what, that is a definite sign that it's a lovely gesture. And unfortunately, Malice is far away, so okay, never mind. He's back.
I like your attitude.
Buster! Break!
As everyone just, is not yet on Rex's level.
Maybe we'll get out of this alive after all.
My thoughts exactly. Rolling smash. Gotcha. Anchor shot.
And the only thing that I can say is that I really can appreciate the for design. The music is also haunting as well, and all through it, for the conduit is just everywhere, especially since it's where Malice is at the moment. And it makes me happy because they are drawing so much attention to it that it's really hard to ignore. And I really hope that the Monolith feels that way too, that it's drawing to something. Much like how I mentioned in Carlos's Master's Blade Quest and the episode from last episode in which we got the whole fan service. I really want there to be just a mixture of all the games that they've worked on.
Like, have them all collide together against one massive enemy.
I know what they could do? They could do like the ultimate switch. What if the conduit's the bad guy? What if at the end of all this, they have to destroy the conduit? would be kind of awesome and a bit weird, but regardless, I'm just gonna like how they get to the journey. But regardless, I feel like this is kind of a weird boss fight overall. It's not really interactive as what I would have liked it to be. Because with the final boss fight in the original, you had to face like Xander's spirits, then you had different planes in which you started in the center of the Bionis to the Passage of Fate, and then into what I can assume is heaven. Here though, there's nothing really big about it. They could have been like really extreme and be like, oh, guess what? He breaks apart this part of the world tree and it goes up into space, and that's the reason why the whole space station comes down. Oh no, I just feel like visual-wise, as far as the background, it's not as epic as what I feel it could be. But I feel like that's the
Yeah, I feel like Torna's final boss was better.
Yeah.
How you had to fight alongside the artifices.
Exactly. At least that was a nice change of scenery, and it also had visual effects to go with that, and you got to see two parts of the fight. Here, though, the only thing that sticks out is he has assistants.
Yeah, because it's hard for us to hit him. We had to have Zeke did most of the work in that battle.
Exactly, and that's if you choose be like having one blade, but it's kind of bad if you use just gun blades. I don't know. I just feel like it could have been done with a little bit more variety and a way to use every single blade, but I know it's really hard to do. I mean, like they could have had a system in which they disabled guns. So maybe like a ball user could have had time to shine, or maybe like oh no, projectiles are useless. I guess gotta go bare fists, and so on and so forth. Again, that's just a nitpick. I feel like the narrative surrounding this boss fight is really good. The fight itself could have done with a little bit more. And I don't know what it is, but just seeing Malice, the main antagonist, just flop out of there, it's kind of funny. And this is what I'm meaning is like after everything is done, the conduit's like, oh, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Because I find it really convenient how the conduit just goes away so this is over.
Yeah, because the conduit like pretty much made a whole new world, maybe even more. So I don't see how it could just fade away just like that.
You have to feel like it's conscious and feel like, oh well, things are going bad. I'm out of here before they can touch me.
This is the last gift I can offer you. The rest is up to you, my children.
What? Go on here! Come on! Can't hear you. Oh, show the epic soundtrack. And I don't know what it is. Did Klaus die, or did he go with the conduit?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't outright say. I mean, because he says, "Oh yes, I'll fade away," but he doesn't outright say, "I'm going to die." So that's maybe him and the conduit are linked. Who knows? Either way, it looks like the Met. Oh no, they lost 2 guys. She started out with 5, and just got 3. My heart weeps for those 2 nameless soldiers.
They did more than the Queen could ever do.
Yeah, and Tantel. And I do like this sort of thing, unlike seeing his core crystal being damaged. So at least shows that fetuses can die too.
Sooner. Just think of the worlds I might have seen. But even so,
If I had been your driver, all of this.
No, because Mithra would have been the bad guy.
damnedest things. There was only one driver for me. In all, it wasn't so bad.
Even when he dies, he has to be like, I'm kind of a tough guy. And I'm kind of a douche. Well, much like Akos, at least Akos had one lasting impression. Malice didn't.
Lady Moy, a meaning to his life. Indeed. Frankly, I'm a little jealous. After all, most people go their whole lives without finding theirs.
And I feel like this point is a little bit weird.
Mine.
Because this...
You've got one already.
haven't you?
I don't know. It sort of
And if what
leaves
you've got
things
isn't enough for
open,
you, well,
I suppose.
you can always leave things to the next generation.
You've got a point.
Oh no, that scene,
Surprisingly enough.
that scene just bugs me because you feel like everyone's gonna have clarity and everyone's gonna be like, yeah, I feel good. Meanwhile, Morag's like, I don't know who I am or what I'm gonna do. Seems like a bit of a weird thing to end on. But regardless, as many artificers begin falling to the earth and all rest's pretty much screwed. He's shitty Sonic on top of that going, "Eh." And meanwhile, he goes, "Eh."
Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
except instead of at the happy ending, you see Sonic just falling off, going, "Oh God!" Just see him just drifting off into space. Well, at least I won't have to play part in no 6.
Yeah, because despite the fact that the conduit faded away, Numa's still in that form.
Exactly. So
At this rate,
doesn't really.
what?
I don't know. It's really hard. It's really hard to follow because in regards to their true form, it isn't really explained except, oh, guess Rex made it.
Will either orbit the planet or be flung into space by centrifugal force.
We have no idea what that
However,
means.
everything below this point, the world tree itself will fall apart on top of all rest. No, that can't. The impact would destroy.
There has to be a way to stop it.
Every single one of us. You can say it. It's not like this game has, shied away from death. And I don't know what it is, but it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird to see. Oh, here Rex say Mithra instead of Pyra.
Yeah, because we had picked Pyra first.
So it is nice how they affect cutscenes like this.
If we can fire the booster jets and accelerate the whole world tree beyond escape velocity.
Look, I haven't got a clue about boosters or velocities, but I'm gathering that we gotta get there, and fast.
Zeke has a point.
Yes, very much so. It's like, listen, space lady, we have no idea what you're saying. Just tell us what to do, what buttons to press, and we're good. A kind of jerkish thing about that cutscene is if you look at Morag and look at where she's running, you can definitely see there's something in her way, but they cut away just in time for Morag has to jump, quote unquote. It's a bit of a shortcut, but that's it's a slight thing I can move past.
You promised, didn't you?
And to be honest, I feel like this scene is much better when it's Mithra, because it's Mithra who made that promise with Poppy. So I guess narrative-wise it makes sense, but again, I feel like people are going to like Rex and Pyra better, I suppose. Yes, I know, but it's what they ship. It's like they use the term love so much. Ooh, that tickles.
You're a real piece of work.
I don't know what it is, but Numa's face kind of weirds me out because of her constant blush. it just feels like she's constantly bloody surprised. Like, Rex says something nice about me, even though he didn't.
I like the blush.
It's a little. It leans a bit too much on anime, so I don't know. It's a bit weird to see. I do think the scene is really good though.
Yeah, this scene is why I wanted to put everyone in their original attires.
Yeah, because you would assume this would be a bit awkward. Rex,
Ships.
I want you to go to the beach
Is this a...
without me. The ultimate sacrifice, apparently. And I like the expressions here. How Poppy's there and how Mithra is at the very end.
Mithra? What are you doing there? Where's the control room? Mithra!
Rex, you can just run over, dude. Rex, and run.
I mean,
And run. And run. And run.
Sorry.
Because Rex, if you just stepped a foot forward, she wouldn't be able to destroy the bridge. It's Kingdom Hearts all over again.
This was the
God
first
damn it.
lie I ever told you.
Except that I love you. That was also a lie.
The only way to stop the World Tree's collapse is to use the last of Ion's power and annihilate the World Tree. I'm sorry. It is the only way.
You know, you know the World Tree that's attached to Orest. So if you annihilate the World Tree, there's gonna be a lot of shrapnel. Just saying. I think either way, it's kind of screwed.
Mithra! What are you doing?
It's like trying to blow up a house, but trying not to hurt an anthill.
You'll deal with
I
the
think
World
it's
Tree,
kind of screwed.
Then come back, right?
I do like that. I do like that line though, because it shows Rex's
Just wait, I'll come with
childish
you.
mentality.
Childish positivity.
And
Damn it! There's not enough
I
wire.
feel like the music cuts off at the perfect moment there.
Poppy?
Like, yeah, it's gonna reach, and then
Poppy?
no.
It's not okay. Poppy cannot.
What do you mean you can't?
Poppy made promise. Mithra say that Rex for sure ask Poppy. Say not help Rex, no matter what.
I got the goosebumps again.
Yeah, because
What kind of promise is that? Please,
I don't know.
I'm begging you. All you gotta do is take me over there.
the voice acting is
The
really
rest of you
good,
can
and
just-
found the animation for as limited as it is. I feel like the expression
Right
there
there.
are really good.
Rex.
Except for that delivery, Gramps just sounds like a ghost. Rex, I'm secretly dead.
Why? Why?
Do it for her, Rex.
Because you love her as you pan to the knee and the shoulder. These are weird angles to work with. You could have had one which at a Rex down, felt like downtrodden, but instead look at a shoulder blade.
Accept her decision.
Even if it's telling you to get lost.
I love Zeke's sincerity there.
Yeah, it's like it's what an adult is being. And this is a key point at which I really like Rex's journey. Not because it's like, it's for Pyra and Elysium, but it's also to save the world. And then it's all about, you know, helping Jin and Malos and all that jazz. Then it turns like to helping Klaus and all that. But all through it, it's been Rex growing up. I feel like it's a lovely capping point. It's not in your face, and I feel like the only time it can get grating is if you are unlucky with the post battle dialogue in which Rex is constantly called a child or being called childish or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just on its own, I feel like it's a good pace and a good tone.
Mithra.
I'll become a man, I suppose. And yet, Rex was like, hang on. No! my cool jacket. And here's the thing that I feel like is really, I wouldn't want to say bad, but definitely it definitely wrecks the tone for me.
Mithra.
And I'll say right now, I love this scene. Again, I praise it a lot, and I praise what's going to come in the next few minutes. But it's just the last cutscene that I feel like really, I feel it really bugs me. And I'll explain why when we get there. Because as you look, it's nice visuals. It's especially this. Don't know why it's, you know, the other way around, but still, dramatic effect. The music swells, the voice acting, you know, was all emotional and whatnot. She even the solemn expressions. It's all well and good.
Does he have the junk sword again?
I
didn't get a good look at it before the camera changed.
No, that is a good question. We'll have to keep a look at it. Again, that's what I'm saying. All this is falling into the cloud sea. I don't care how much of the world tree you destroy. Someone's house is gonna get knocked down. If not more, some people are gonna get crushed. Possible even titans are gonna get wrecked. Again, the music's nice, the animation, the visuals are lovely. But still. Yeah, sure, he does have the junk sword.
Our time together was short, a fraction of long years.
I mean, another thing I guess they could have done is had Pyro's voice go over a speaker, I suppose. But no, I guess this is good too.
You shone a light on my melancholy path. You showed me the way.
I was a drifting soul, so to speak. Oh come on, Nia, that's a bit of piss take. I'm riding on Dromark. Screw all of you. And people know how to fly these things. How?
I'll just push random buttons.
I feel, and I'd like to think that's Myth just like, here you are, Rex. You're gonna die otherwise. I like how she couldn't unlock the other ones. Just had to be one specific thing.
They had to have the Poppy falling scene in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you for that, Rex. Thank you for that gift of light.
And again, people are gonna get their fifis, you know, quantity and whatnot. But ow!
So tell me.
After the cutscene that we just saw, and all this we're seeing now,
Well,
you would not be subtle about it. I still don't get what that's meant to be like. It's like I'm mouthing words, like.
I know, like I mentioned before, I hate it when characters whisper mouth things during a cutscene.
I just feel like at that point, why? What's there to be lost if we hear the words spoken? But again, that's just me.
Unless it's an allusion to the next game.
Supposedly.
But I don't know how they do that in just a couple words.
I don't know. And I feel like the biggest point that really bugs me about the next scene that we're gonna see is that you would assume there'd be a great sacrifice and whatnot. The music was swelling to it and the dialogue and all that jazz. And you get the impression that they're going back to a world and they are going to start from scratch. Kind of like how Shulk and the others did. Hegel wasn't around, you know, Dixon wasn't around, you know, all the characters that died, officially died, they don't come back in any way, shape or form. And that actually gave a sense of gravitas to it. Be like, oh yeah, fine, the sacrifice was worth it. This though, in a scene that we're gonna see, I feel like this game goes in the wrong direction.
Cloud Sea is... The Titans are... gone.
I can't believe it.
Although I
Everyone
will say
We
it
were
does
too
give give a sense of mystery and all that jazz. Be like, is everyone dead? Oh my god, is everyone truly gone? Because I'm not asking for a post-apocalyptic Xenoblade, even though that kind of would be interesting. You get the feeling that, you know, something good is gonna happen and all that, but I just feel like this ending wraps a bit too nicely. And just cuts to everyone to be like, oh, it's a boundless sea. And there are many things that you could do. You could have, you know, them being transported to Shulk's world. You can have them have an entire new world, or just say, hey, this is where the Titans live now. And again, all well and good. So now, if you have the game stuck with this, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, that's cool. Sure, Xenoblade Chronicles didn't end on a similar note in which you just say, oh, it's a new world and a new beginning. That's fine, that's cool. And this gives it a bit more mystery as to as like what's gonna happen next. I just feel like the emotional build we just saw gets kind of undermined, in my opinion. But what about you, Alice? What do you think?
Like, why do you think it gets undermined?
I'll talk about it when it happens. But what are your initial thoughts about the ending in general?
Well, I think along the same lines as you regarding it, what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked a great deal, albeit a bit too much, I think. But what do you like about, you know, for the ending we've seen thus far?
I mean, I do like how it wraps up everything in a new world, just like how it does in the original.
I mean, is there anything in particular that you like about, you know, the ending with Malice or Rex escaping or whatnot?
I mean, you pretty much said everything I was thinking.
Yeah, I think the only thing that we could talk about right now, before we get the big reveal, is that I like how these Titans look in HD when it's just pure cutscene. The gameplay's over. This now a movie. Albeit this is the Switch, so they can't go like massive graphics or whatnot. But I still think for what they show, it's pretty good.
I do like how Rex says that this was the Elysium the whole time.
Exactly. So
it wasn't in the World Tree, it was this.
They could have gone super corny and be like, Elysium, it was in us all along.
It was inside all of our hearts.
It was a peace of mind. That's a true Elysium. And I'm really glad they didn't go like that. And the scenes with each character be like looking at what they've done and the results. That's all well and good. But now here's the thing that I think completely undermines a lot of the emotion right here.
Finally here.
Like Core Crystal. Okay, cool. You would expect Rex to like keep that as a memento or for a memory of Pyra and why he needs to keep strong and all that jazz. And as we now go to the ending, Xenoblade Chronicles, the credits, is there anything that you would want to talk about or to an extent before we get to the actual scene. Okay, fine. So what we're going to do is we're gonna just finish up here, and we're gonna wait until the actual real ending begins. So again, if you want to just talk amongst yourselves as see the original voice actors there. Oh my god, yeah, that reminds me. On what we've just seen, there is one thing that we haven't shown. Do you know what that is?
The Nippon.
Yeah. Oh man, we are going to have to show that off at some point. It might be in a bonus video. It's like a Gion. It's like a Gion, but cute. But anyway, though, well, yeah, sure. We will cut to the cutscene. Cut to the cutscene. And we will continue our discussions. And here we are at, well, not at the right moment, but I feel like since the song started, I suppose. First off, much like how every other game does, I do like how it has a flashback of all the major events in our adventure. Kind of like this, only much more efficient and not stocked up. But still, it shows Rex meeting Mithra and then getting hit by Mithra after being slept with, and then Pyra be like, "Hey,
Brian Masterson, you probably could have done a better job with the audio mixing, just saying."
Yeah. Yeah. But on one thing note, it is a small thing, but I do feel like the vocalist in this game, Jen Bird, I feel like she does a great job conveying the vocals and did a great performance. And as always, Face Plus and the rest of Monolith's audio team did a fantastic job with for the soundtrack. As always, I feel like it's something that Xenoblade X definitely lacked. Although to be fair, its soundtrack was very good in itself. And Monolith felt the same, so much so they decided to add a bit of extra soundtrack in with Elma. So you know, she sort of is really nice to see that they get representation even in sound. And another thing that I feel like, another reason why the ending undermines it is after we see all these scenes and all the emotional moments that we've had, the character be like, "Oh yeah, we had all those moments, that's really awesome, you know."
And the song that's playing right now, One Last You, gives the impression that, oh, she's saying goodbye and you're seeing her for the last time. Exactly,
and spoiler alert, one of the last verses is, "I just want one chance. I just want one chance to talk to you again." And you could say like it's kind of a spoiler, but on your first impression, you'd be like, "Oh, I wish we could reminisce just one more time." And again, it builds up so much emotion. Although I will admit, the effect of the screen widening and flowing back to that's a bit of a nice transition.
Yeah, I think the game could have stopped right at the credits, right at the end of the credits there. It would have been just fine had it done that.
Yeah, or at the very least, when this scene happens, a certain thing could have happened. A problem that Jin had when he was losing Laura. Be like, "Oh, well, I guess we gotta start over again." But after all of the sacrifices that we've seen on the sign of Numa, Pyra, Mithra, whatever you want to look at, this happens. The crystal begins to glow. Now, you could do many things with this idea. One, you could be like, "Oh, Mithra's still alive," and that could be like, and that'd be like a tease for the next game. Or you could have surprise, surprise, they come back. You could have said, okay, but they've lost their memories, so...
Yeah, I when I first initially saw this, I thought that they would have had their memories wiped.
Exactly, because maybe it feels like a backup that they had. And, you know, it's a new world, new beginning, and that would be the same for these three.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they say, hey, guess what? It's okay, Rex. You don't need to be a man. You don't need to say goodbye. You don't have to endure all that sacrifice and all that hardship and have some kind of development. No, it's fine. It's fine. They're perfectly good.
They remember.
Yeah. So it just seems like you've wasted and toyed with my emotion and were absolutely jerkish. I do definitely like the little thing of like Nia saying, yeah, sure, Rex, go on. I will say though, no matter what this cutscene tries to convey, Nia will not be as an effective character as Melia was. Melia endured way much more than Nia, and it showed more during the game. It's like, what did they say? We don't know. It doesn't matter. You're too pissed off at the fact that it's saying, oh, come on. I thought you died. So it makes the entire, 15-minute cutscene completely pointless. Like, oh yeah, sure, Rex, you moping and doping? Oh, no, it's fine. But regardless, as we see the monolith symbol go on, and the game officially ends, we get, all of this stuff for the purpose of copyright, all rights reserved, and all not a jazz. We get back to the title screen, and all in all, I know I just finished off on a negative note, and I know I may have said a lot of crap about the ending, but still though, the emotions that spoke of, or showed, or said, or presented, or whatever synonym you want to say, I feel like this game is really good. Its story, I feel like is its strong point. And as Nia comes in and joins the fray, that is a nice scene. I didn't think they'd do that. Oh man, I wonder if you continue to beat the game, are they going to bring in more characters? Wait, Nia's looking back at someone. Who is it? Or is she looking at us? Either way, I that's an awesome thing. Anyway, I'm back to being positive about this game now. Hooray! But no, this game, its story is its strong point, much like an RPG should be. It had its downsides, but again, we'll get that into our review later on. And okay, now the main reason why we wanted to come back and do No Game Plus is simply because we wanted a second glance at the story. If the moments that hooked us initially would get us again, or if we would find more things to like, or more things to hate about the gameplay, story, or anything else. So, Alice, we'll start with you. Regarding New Game Plus, what do you think it adds, what it takes away, or what it does for the experience?
Well, playing it again, got to relive the whole, Rex's dialogue is don't play dumb.
Yeah, we get to have a second look at all the voice acting. Well, I guess third look if you want to count the editing, but regardless. Anything else?
Not really.
I feel like you don't have to go through the game again unless you want a power fantasy and have all the blades and have a slight comedic effect, like Pyro being in places in which he shouldn't be. I feel like there is comedy value there, and I do feel like for us a second playthrough is definitely good. because you get to see things that you didn't experience before, and with the emotional side, you get it to be a bit more analytical. And I feel like this game, despite its jank and despite its issues, you do find more things to appreciate the second time round. And a lot more things to laugh at as well. But, regardless though, as the song ends, so does this project. We're finally done. A year and a few months in the making, and because we played this at release day. And we have been playing it off and on all year round. Whether it's been grinding, whether it's been just messing around, or looking for certain blades. But still though, I feel like this game, it didn't overstay its welcome as a whole, but some aspects definitely did overstay their welcome. But still though, it's been a game that I have enjoyed.
And Monolith wouldn't stop giving us gifts, so that gave us more incentive to come back.
Exactly, and they supported the game right up until pretty much nearly a year into the game with Torna, which is a nice incentive for a single player campaign. But I guess if I were to get emotional here just for a bit, me and Alice, we love the Xenoblade Chronicles franchise.
You were saying this as we have a literal shelf full of Xenoblade merchandise behind us right now.
Yes, we do. We might pop up a picture of that on screen right now, just so we can see what I mean. But we love this thing for special reasons. It started with the original, and it helped us out through a lot of tough spots. Some personal and some, fun times. That's what games can do. That's what stories can do. That's what emotions can do. Whatever you get out of a video game, whether it's for the music, the visuals, the voice acting, the story, or whatever. This game gives a lot, and this game gives a lot to us. So, I appreciate Monolith for their work, and Nintendo for their publishing and whatnot. And I guess, Breath of the Wild for the slight advertisement they gave. But still though, this game has done a lot. And in the eyes of Monolith Soft as well, because they were not expecting this game to sell as well in Europe and America as what it did. So
I'll admit I was kind of thinking the same thing, because the original was kind of niche in of itself.
Well, you know what? I guess it just goes to show what a good game can do, despite its jank. So hopefully, Monolith will see this end, hopefully iron out the kinks for the next release. So, whatever that is, we'll look forward to it. And so, for now, I guess the only thing that we can do, just simply wait for Xenoblade 3 or Xenoblade X2. But, till then guys, thank you for watching not just this video, but the whole series, and if you've been staying with us since the first episode of our blind playthrough, what is wrong with you? But despite that, thank you so much, we heavily appreciate it. If you're watching this, retroactively or whatnot still, thank you for experiencing this journey with us. I'm sorry to proud launch, just this is finally the end. Oh, I feel so good. But again, no, before I get off on another tangent, we'll end things off here. So, we'll see you next time, and goodbye for this series, and unless something else comes up, goodbye to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's been a ride. Trust me, Xenoblade 2, there is only one last you.
that a core crystal? You're a... blade?
My name is Pyra.
What? Oh, right. Mine is...
I know you. You're Rex, right?
How did you know my name?
Just now, when we came into contact.